Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. DSP here live on the stream. How's it going? What is up? Hopefully, all of you are doing well. Welcome to those of you who are here live, and of course, to those who also watch this pre-stream on YouTube on demand. Today is Wednesday, July 10th, 2019, and I welcome you all to my very first of two gameplay streams for the day. Today is going to be a lot more chill of a day than we've had recently, rather than having more serious narrative playthroughs and development, even though there will be some of that today. It's also going to be a much more relaxed kind of a vibe around here on the streams due to the games that I've decided to play today. Excuse me. So, that was funny. So yes, welcome to the streams, everybody. Woo! More than likely, I'm going to have to blow my nose in a few minutes, because whenever I sneeze, my nose gets all screwed up. So, yes, welcome everyone. Today, incidentally, is my final streaming day of the week, for me, because tomorrow is my day off from streaming, and then I return on Friday. I know that's a very weird schedule. Most people have, like, a 9 to 5 work week, Monday through Friday, etc. But not me. My schedule, actually depends more upon my wife's work schedule, so that we can actually have a day out to do stuff together, which is tomorrow for us, the only day off this week that we actually get to do stuff, due to each other's, work schedules and everything. So, today is a full-on streaming day, double streams, and then tomorrow I'm off from streaming, alright? And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. We'll let you know about the schedule and everything going on. I'll have an update in regards to a few things. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are ready for a fun day, because, like I said, today's going to be more relaxed, more laid back, and hopefully a little bit more fun. I know that some people say, depending on what games that I'm playing, they don't necessarily have more or less fun. And a lot of people these days actually like it when I'm less focused on the game and more focused on interaction and stuff like that. And today's games allow for that, okay? So what are we doing today? We're starting off with Final Fantasy IX. As you know, I've been playing this game for a while now, about a month, I would say. And it's been quite a fun playthrough. It's been very interesting because I never played the game before. So to experience it for the first time, and the plot lines and all the gameplay elements, and now, from what I'm going to understand, after I think at this point, we're like 30 hours in or something crazy like that. Like, we're really very far into the game. Apparently now, the game's finally going to go open world. Okay? So, after having pretty much almost a very linear game design, with very few exceptions, there have been a few times where I've had a little bit of exploration possible. But for the most part, the game design has been incredibly linear. Alright? We're finally going to get to that point, which this happens in every Final Fantasy, by the way, where typically, there's portions of the story that are kind of on rails, and you're kind of forced to do certain things for a while. And then at one point, you're going to be able to explore, you're going to be able to do the fun stuff that you want to do, and typically there's a ton of side content that usually opens up at a point during the game. And apparently that's the point that I'm at in today's session here of Final Fantasy IX. I'm going to be honest, I'm very excited for that, because as much as the plot of the game's been good, I like it when you have that freedom to explore. It makes it feel like it's a lot more relaxed kind of an atmosphere, right? Rather than feeling rushed to finish a part of the narration of the story, you could just chill, walk around the open world, fight some random fights, find some optional dungeons and items, go for collectibles, go for cool stuff, and that's kind of what I want to do today, okay? So, oh, my nose. So all that being said, I know we do have a story segment that we're in the midst of that we have to complete. But once that's completed, apparently you get the airship, and that's when the game really becomes interesting. So, for those of you who are fans of Final Fantasy IX and you know all about that optional fun side content to do, I hope that you're going to be here on today's stream and you'll help me out with that stuff. Because quite frankly, I don't know anything of it. I've never played this game before, being my first time playing. I don't want to miss out on anything that may be considered, fun to do, or an optional item. Now, understand, I'm not going for every item in the game. Apparently, to get the hardest, or to get the most difficult item in the game, you have to beat it in like 18 hours or something crazy like that. Which obviously I was never going to do, playing it the first time and going through the full cutscenes and everything. There was no way I was going to beat it in that amount of time. But outside of that, you know, anything else that you guys can help with or you want to recommend on today's stream, I am open ears to all suggestions. Okay, guys? So, we're going to have about 4 or more hours of Final Fantasy IX here on the stream, and it will be a much more relaxed and interactive vibe as I talk with you guys to figure out what the best stuff to do is. If there's required grinding or whatever, some people have recommended I fight certain monsters and grind a bit to get some levels and stuff. I'll do it. You know, let's see. Let's see how today goes. Okay, should be fun. Then later tonight, I'm doing my weekly Black Ops 4 Blackout stream. Okay, my weekly Battle Royale session should be fun. I love doing this. Typically, I do pretty well, and I make top 5, if not win a game every week. And we have some cool interactions that end up being quite entertaining and fun. And I am looking forward to that more later tonight, okay? So, that being said, please consider checking out my late stream. That starts around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, FYI. Okay? Alright, very nice. Now, tomorrow I'm off, as I said. Tomorrow's my day off from streaming for the week. That means no live streams, but keep in mind, all of my live streams on a daily basis are archived in very large on-demand videos, an hour usually long each, over on DSPGaming, on YouTube. So you have the opportunity, if you have not seen all my live streams this week, to get caught up. I mean, there was a lot of stuff this week. We had the entire Stranger Things 3, the game, playthrough. We had my final session for now of The Sinking City. We had multiple sessions of Judgment, multiple sessions of Final Fantasy IV, Blackout as of tonight. We had a Minecraft stream that went horribly awry. Lots of fun stuff this week. So if you missed out, I strongly recommend that you take the opportunity tomorrow during the day off to check all that stuff out over on DSP Gaming, okay? Then I'll be back on Friday with a new release. All right? What are we doing on Friday? Well, on Friday, we're going to be playing a new game called Dragon Quest Builders 2. So this is a game that combines many different gameplay elements. It's got crafting, mining, and building, such as Minecraft, as well as kind of a farming simulator aspect. Even though something that's in Minecraft, it seems like it's more like a few other games. Plus, you know, villagers and people who will do stuff for you. So it's kind of like almost a simulation of a city. But then there's combat with a significant amount of monsters from the Dragon Quest universe, including boss fights. And this game has a story, which is actually kind of blows me away. You know, I thought it was going to be very Minecraft-esque, but no, people are like, no, these games will actually have a narrative story to continue on and try to progress in, as well as, excuse me, a stupid sneeze screwed me all up. Okay, so it'll have all those elements as well as a fun narrative story, okay? So, I'm looking forward to checking this out starting on Friday. The new release for the week should be pretty neat, okay? That's going to be the main focus on Friday. But what we're going to do for this next week, by the way, this next streaming week, I got to tell you guys, is going to be very weird. My schedule next week is very bizarre. All right, I'm just throwing that out there up front. It's going to be very odd because of my wife's work schedule this next week is also very odd. And because of that, it's basically, it's throwing a monkey wrench into everything. So normally my days off are on Tuesday, or excuse me. Let's try this again. Normally my days off are on Thursdays, right? Sometimes that variates and it'll be a Friday or whatever, but typically my day off is a Thursday. Well, next week, my day off is a Tuesday. It's the only day off that we can schedule together. So what that means is I have tomorrow off. I'll be back Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but then Tuesday I'm off again, okay? I know that's very odd, and that means that, you know, it's going to definitely mess with the schedule a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Dragon Quest Builders 2 for at least 2, if not 3 of the days that I'll be here streaming, okay? I figured, you know, a few major streams of Dragon Quest Builders 2, so that way we get a good taste for the game and decide if we want this to become a mainstream game that's a daytime kind of game, you know, early stream game, or after a few sessions, maybe we're like, okay, we should designate this to the night streams, okay? We'll see once I start playing it, all right? So that being said, Friday will be the premiere of Dragon Quest Builders 2. Friday night, we'll probably be doing a chill stream. In fact, I think we're going to bring back MLB, which I haven't done in a while now. It's been, you know, several weeks since I played MLB, and people really enjoyed those chill MLB streams, and we're sad to see them go when the new releases started coming out. So I think we're going to bring back MLB. Oh my God, what is going on today? Excuse me, what the fuck? Seriously, that sneeze screwed everything up. I was perfectly fine, and I sneeze, and now I got gunk in my throat. I'm burping like a fiend. What is happening? What is going on? I'm gonna explode. I feel like my body's about to fucking explode, man. What is happening today? This is unacceptable behavior. This is unacceptable behavior, and I apologize that my body would be doing these horrible things. Even I'm upset, okay? And it's hard to upset me. I'm upset. Hopefully this will stop immediately. This disgusting stuff. It needs to end, okay? Alright, so anyway. So, Friday, Dragon Quest Builders and MLB. Saturday, probably more Dragon Quest Builders and some Judgment, okay? Sunday, I'll probably swing back to play some Final Fantasy IX. And then maybe Sunday night we'll do Minecraft. And then on Monday, excuse me, on Monday, I'll probably do more Dragon Quest Builders and then either more Judgment or Black Ops 4 Blackout, depending on how I feel. Tuesday will be my day off, and that means Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, all through that will be constant streaming days. And it'll be a balance because that Friday, which is the 20th, 17th, no, the 19th, Friday the 19th of July, is the release of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. A game that I never thought would be made after there were no Marvel Ultimate Alliance games for a ridiculously long time. This is a Switch exclusive. A game where you team up with other people to go through a fun, narrative-based campaign as your favorite Marvel heroes. And typically this game franchise in the past has had a ton of huge roster selection. So I'm very excited to play that with people cooperatively. I will be doing a full playthrough of that game cooperatively with people. Sadly with no voice chat, because the Switch has no voice chat. But nevertheless, it will still be a fun co-op playthrough, okay? So, 4 days of streaming next week. Sorry that I have to take a break so early. I didn't intend to do that. That's because of my wife's work schedule this next week. And then I'll let you know, what's going on after that once we get more information with her work schedule, alright? So, that's the deal. Today, Final Fantasy IX paired with Black Ops 4 Blackout. I'm off tomorrow. Then we're going to have a combination of Dragon Quest Builders 2 with chill streaming. There will be a stream of Final Fantasy IX in there as well until I take another break on Tuesday and then come back with more new release stuff that next week. Okay? Alright. Fair enough. So, thank you guys for being patient. Sorry for all the disgusting bodily sounds. I did not intend that whatsoever. Came out of nowhere. Okay. Alright, now, I have a few updates for everyone. First of all, reminder. We are doing a monthly subs goal this month. We hit a sub goal of 525 subs in the month of July. I'll be bringing back the Rage-a-thon event where you'll be able to nominate and then vote on games that are rage-inducing. Alright? We're going to have people nominating and then voting on games that are going to basically piss me off in a marathon setting. And that'll be a marathon that more than likely will take place in early August because there's like nothing going on in early August. But we have to actually hit the sub goal to do it. So please consider subscribing to the channel. There are tons of benefits to subscribing, including access to over 30 emotes, not having to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks, getting a cool chat crown badge that shows how long you've been a supporter. And in particular, there's going to be some new emotes added shortly that are going to be pretty neat emotes. And I hope that you guys will check those out if you are subs. So, good opportunity to sub right now. You're going to get a lot of cool stuff. Please consider it. All right? Fair enough. Alrighty then. Also, update in regards to the Viewer's Choice event. My webmaster is looking into this. He's doing research. In particular, he had a few other things he had to do yesterday in regards to the website, so he didn't have much time to work on the whole voting thing, but he is going to work on that today. I told him to look at the IP addresses and try to find basically who is in there doing some bad stuff. And what I mean by that is there's a few people who it looks like were in there using the same IP but creating like a ton of clone accounts to do falsified voting on the poll, which sucks. We obviously want to have accurate voting on the poll, and when you have someone making 100 clone accounts in order to try to get their game to the top of the polls, that's not cool, okay? So we're going to try to weed those out, and hopefully we'll have that resolved by the time that I come back. And then at the end of the week, we'll be able to announce the winner of the Viewer's Choice poll, because very shortly, within, say, the next week to 2 weeks, I think I'm going to start up that Viewer's Choice playthrough right here on stream, okay? So, yes, we shall see what happens. And I shall hopefully be announcing, this coming weekend, what game won the Viewer's Choice poll, and then we'll get started on that right away and go from there, okay? Fair enough, everybody? So there's your update on that. Okay, let's see. Anything else I want to cover before we get to the next segment? Not particularly. I think I've covered all the bases, all right? So, the next segment of the pre-stream is the gratuitous plugs. Now, normally I would do a large plug segment where I talk about you can pledge to my Patreon, you can buy something from my Teespring, and you could cheer, sub, and tip during the stream for a shout-out and all of that. However, due to my current financial situation, all right, I'd like to abridge the stream, or abridge that segment, and just say a couple things, all right? I love being a content creator. I've done this for 11 years. All right, I used to be a full-time YouTuber. I had to stop doing that in 2017 when YouTube completely screwed up their whole business model and lost most of their major advertisers, and it made it unviable and impossible for someone like me to be a full-time YouTuber anymore, okay? Excuse me. So, what I did is in 2017, I completely changed up my model, and I no longer was just kind of an offline YouTuber, and I became an interactive streamer, and the rest is history. I mean, entire playthroughs like take a look at my Dragon Quest XI playthrough last year. Look at this current Final Fantasy IX playthrough. All the chill streams that I do, like Blackout, Minecraft, etc. None of these would have even been possible if I hadn't changed up my formula 2 years ago. So it was an incredibly positive thing that I did. However, sadly when this happened, I went into a very unstable position. And what I mean by that is I no longer have consistent ad revenue income on YouTube at all. And it's very, very fluctuating what I make on a monthly basis. I really rely on you guys and your crowdfunding to allow me to continue to do this for a living. And even though, I'll be honest, you guys have been amazingly supportive, and it's been an amazing experience these past 2.5 years, sadly right now I'm in a very bad financial position where I just don't know, how long it's going to take me to dig myself out. I do feel I will eventually dig myself out, but I'm essentially in a situation where every month for the first 2 weeks of the month, I'm in a financial hole, and then I have to find a way to dig myself out about halfway through the month when I get paid by Twitch, okay? And you guys have been helping me out tremendously recently, all right? And I just want to say thank you to anyone who has contributed on a stream. I want you to understand that. But right now, all right, if you really want to help me out, there's 2 ways you could do that. The first would be if you're interested in checking out my Amazon wish list to help with the cost of streaming, all right? It is live right now. It is, you can see it 2 ways. You can either look below the stream. There's a spot here on my dashboard on Twitch that says wish list, or you can type wish list into the stream chat to bring up a link for it. On that wish list, you're going to find many things that are going to help improve the streams, including credits for all the various game stores, including PlayStation Store, Nintendo Shop, as well as Xbox Live. In addition to that, there's actually a thing there to pre-order Dragon Quest Builders 2 digitally for the Switch. I think there's also a Genesis Mini up there, and that releases in the September. Some people expressed desire to see me play that, so I put that up there too, okay? If you want to help me out, especially in particular with Friday coming up and Dragon Quest Builders coming out on Friday, one great way you could help would be if you want to buy me some credit for one of those stores, or if you want to just pre-order and buy me that game of Dragon Quest Builders 2. That would help tremendously. If that could happen today, that would be outstanding, because then I know I'm set up for Friday rather than rushing on Friday last minute to buy a game if I have to. All right. And the thing is, Dragon Quest Builders is available on every platform. It's on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on the Switch. So I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If anyone wants to either pre-order the game digitally for me on the Switch, or get me some credit enough to buy the game on one of those platforms, that would be really helpful right now. Okay, just being honest, that would really be one of the most helpful things you could do. So I have that new game for Friday. Or the other way that you can really help me out today would be to tip me, because if you tip me today, those are funds that I can use right away to pay bills or to buy said game, because if you tip me, those are funds I can use immediately. So I could either buy the game myself for Friday, or I could put it straight towards these bills that I need to clear. I don't get paid by Twitch until the 15th. So you're talking 5 more days, and I know for a fact that there's several bills that need to get paid between now and the 15th that I'm nervous about not being able to pay, and it's a shitty situation. It really is. So please consider tipping me today if at all you can. I would say those are the best ways to contribute. Either get something off my wish list to help me out with this game on Friday, or tip me to help me with bills or buying the game myself. All right? So please give it a look. Either one is incredibly helpful. If you're interested in tipping me, all right, if you look below the stream, there's a tip jar button you can click on, or you could just type !tip into the stream chat. A couple things about tipping. Number one, you don't have to reveal your identity at all. You could tip anonymously. Excuse me. Or you can leave a name and a message, just make something up. So you don't have to worry about, oh no, if I tip someone on a stream, some troll's going to come harass me. That's actually not the case. You can just hide your identity. All right, that's number one. Number two, you don't need a PayPal account to tip me. You can use a debit or credit card right there from my PayPal tips page. There's a button kind of below the login section that explains how to do that, okay? So thanks to anyone who contributes at all today. I want you to understand I'm grateful for all contributions, cheering, subbing, tipping, Patreon, Teespring, getting something off my Amazon wish list. It's all great stuff, and it all helps, all right? And I also want to say this up front before we begin with the gameplay. Even though all these contributions help tremendously, understand it's not mandatory, all right? I just really enjoy sharing my gameplay experiences with all of you on a daily basis. I wish I didn't have to do segments like this on my pre-stream. It sucks that I have to because of the situation I'm in. But I'm just happy to have people hang out. So if you can't contribute, that's fine. Come and still enjoy the stream. Be a part of it. I'm so happy that we have such fun gameplay experiences every single day, all right? But if you can go above and beyond and you can contribute to keep stuff going around here and help me out, I would definitely appreciate it, okay? Fair enough. All right. Now, it is now time to go to the final segment where we do shout-outs, all right, for those who have contributed during the course of the week and those who contributed in particular on today's stream in general here, all right? So, let's go ahead and let's see here. Oh, first I got to refresh everything. Hold on. My laptop is nice and locked up, as usual. And someone said, Phil, why don't you put a new, what do you call it? A new laptop. Boy, I'm so stupid today. I told you, that sneeze really rocked me and screwed me up. Why don't you put a new laptop on your Amazon wish list? All right? And my answer is quite simple. Because that's ridiculously expensive and demanding. I would just rather people help me out with the cost of games in the short term. I mean, I have laptop problems, sure, but my laptop problems aren't so bad that I absolutely need a new laptop. I just refresh the damn thing. It takes a little bit. Sometimes I got to restart it. But it's not like I can't use the damn thing. I will use my equipment and run it into the ground until it breaks. Seriously. I've used this laptop since 2013. So for 6 straight years, every day, all day long as I'm streaming, I've used this laptop to do, to watch the stream chat and do stuff. So I'm not doing that, like I said. Only if there was a requirement for something, like if the laptop absolutely broke or something, would I do something like that. I just rather put stuff up that are absolutely essential. Things like the PlayStation Network credits, or getting me the next game for the stream. That's way more pressingly important than getting a new laptop, right? So, okay. So, we have one contribution so far today from Grayside Will. And they did a 50-bit cheer, which makes them the top cheer of the day, and I'll get you up on the leaderboard in just a second. But Great Side Will says the following. He said, do you have your plug segment scripted? Or have you said it so much that it's just second nature at this point? I don't have anything scripted. Most people don't, I guess a lot in this day and age, most people don't realize that. But I don't script anything. Like, everything I do is live and off the cuff, and always has been. When I used to do remember I used to do a million vlogging shows and stuff? Never scripted. Very rarely do I have anything scripted. In fact, excuse me. In fact, the only times that I would ever use a script or like even a list is when I have so much to talk about on a certain show or pre-stream that I don't want to miss something that I feel would be very important to address. So typically, there's been a lot of... Man, I'm really sorry, guys, that my throat's all screwed up now because I sneezed. This is annoying as hell for me, too. I just want it to stop. This is the problem when you have post-nasal drip, like I do. But anyway, no, I don't script anything. Everything I say is off the top of my head. So it's, all those years and years that I've been doing shows like Ask the King, or channel updates, or important update vlogs, these pre-streams that I now do every day is in place of those old vlogs. They're all on the fly. And a lot of people have said, wow, you're like one of the few people I know that could do stuff like that. And yeah, I guess it's just an ability that I have to think on the fly and talk about stuff on the fly, and not really forget stuff, which is good. Although, admittedly, sometimes I do forget important stuff. That's why sometimes I will make a list to make sure if I have something super important to talk about that I touch upon it. But no. Absolutely no, no scripting, none of that. It's all from the top of my head every single day. It's always been like that. Okay? So there you go. I wonder if some people would say I'm a liar or something, but no, it's true. Okay. Geodude just asked something in the stream chat, and I would like to answer that because I feel that it does require a valid response. He says, why would you put the Genesis Mini on your Amazon wish list when you could buy the Genesis Classics collection on PS4 that has the same games? All right, two reasons. The first is because I haven't played the Genesis Classics collection on PS4, all right, being honest. I don't know if those games are accurate representations of the actual originals with no input lag and the like, or if they're just bad ports. I have no idea. I haven't played the collection. I can't speak to that. But when that collection came out, I asked around, was anyone interested in seeing me play it? And there was a resounding no as a result. People wanted me to do other stuff. Now that the Genesis Mini is coming out, okay, all of a sudden, there seems to be interest. It seems like when these mini consoles come out, it just seems to drum up interest. So, in particular, all right, with this one thing coming out, there seems to be interest that in September, for some reason, people will want to see me play these games. Number two, I think one of the big aspects of having a console like the Genesis Mini is the unboxing, showing the console off, seeing what it comes with, seeing the form factor and size, when you hook it up, seeing how it runs, etc. What are the menus? Like, I think that's a big part of it. It's not just that people want to see me play the games from the Genesis. They also want to see me mess around with this Genesis Mini. I haven't done a new console unboxing in years. The last one I did was the Nintendo Switch, which was early 2017? It was early 2017. And that was a hit. I live streamed with my webcam, myself unboxing the console, showing you what the console looked like, hooking the console up, and playing it for the first time. People loved that. They're like, this is really cool when Phil does that stuff. And so the Genesis Mini would be an opportunity, same thing. Here it is on camera. I'll unbox it live. Here's what it looks like. Let's hook it up live on stream. Let's test it out and do a demo stream of it. That's the point, A lot different than just, I bought the Genesis collection on PS4 and it's just like any other game release. See? Essentially, it's kind of like a hardware unboxing and setup opportunity that adds a lot more value to the content. So that's why I feel the Genesis Mini would actually be much better than just playing the Genesis collection. Okay? Sounds good? Does that explain? All right. So by the way, I forgot. I gotta get Grease I Will up here on the leaderboard. Oops. Get him up there. 50-bit cheer. Okay. So essentially that's it, and there's been no other contributions so far on the pre-stream today. So what I would like to do, which I usually do, is give a shout out to the top cheering contributors of the week. And I say thank you to those who have cheered already. It is still relatively early in the week, but thank you to those who have contributed and made it to the top 10 rankings. So here we go. We actually have a triple tie for 8th place, okay, between We Stream No Games, Sam Singh, and the Blue Programmer. So thank you to all three of you. You're tied for 8th place. So technically there's no 10th place this week right now. There's just a tie for 8th, okay? Continuing on, in 7th place this week is RFHC5. 6th place is Phillips Smelly Chair. Even though we've already had a discussion about this, I don't sit in a chair, and this guy didn't even spell my name correctly. So he made an attempt to troll me yesterday, doing everything completely wrong. Pretty funny. Then we have a tie for 4th place. That tie is between J Bowler 21 and Mr. Papavera. So thank you to both of you guys for their contributions. In 3rd place for the week, Super Blind Man. Thank you, Super Blind Man. I appreciate that. 2nd place goes to DJ Runo1. And then sitting there in a resounding 1st place, Why That NCCA Gamer at 1,500 bits there, the top of the leaderboards, okay? So, thank you guys very much for your contributions so far this week. It is much appreciated. Just a reminder, today, the absolute best ways to be supportive would be either to tip me live on the stream or to get something off my Amazon wish list. Either one, because any of those credits that you buy on the Amazon wish list for any of those digital stores, I could use to buy the game on Friday, or if you just buy the game on the Switch, which has the digital code there, those will help. By the way, I should say this up front. If you are going to get me something on the Amazon wish list, please, you need to let me know, and you need to send me the information. Because the way the wish list is set up, and I now know this, having it for 2 weeks. Basically, when they created Amazon wish list, they made it kind of like a wedding registry. If anyone knows how a wedding registry works, you can go to a store, give them a list of stuff that you're interested in, and then your family and friends who are going to attend your wedding and buy you wedding gifts can buy things off that and then bring them to the wedding to give as a gift, right? Well, essentially, that's exactly how the Amazon wish list works. It actually is set up for someone to buy you something in real life and have it shipped to your house. So, perfect example here, last week, Crazy Dream purchased the Hori pad for my Switch, and it got mailed directly to me, no problems, boom, done. But earlier that week, someone bought me a digital code for the PlayStation Network credit, and it didn't send me anything. I didn't get the code, and it didn't mail me anything. So that person who bought me that credit then had to email me the PSN code at darksidefil@hotmail.com so that I could enter it and get the credit for it, okay? So if you are going to buy something digitally, any of those credits, or if you're going to buy me Dragon Quest Builders 2 today, all right, please send me the information afterward, because Amazon's going to send you the information, not me. Why? I have no idea. I set it all up as digital stuff, and you would think that Amazon would be smart enough to do it right. They're not. For whatever reason, they think that, like, it's an in-person thing, and if it doesn't get sent in person, it doesn't do it right, okay? So please send me the code if you do get something and let me know. And what I will do is, for example, if you purchase Dragon Quest Builders 2 for me, I got to take it off that wish list so someone else doesn't erroneously buy it, and now we have a million codes for the game floating around, and, I don't need them, okay? So please consider, contributing today, and if you do, let me know if you buy something off the wish list so we can take care of that, okay? Let's see here. I received a $10 tip from Hank Duma, who says, ready for another great JRPG stream. Thank you very much, Hank. I appreciate that. That is much appreciated. I know that you've been very much enjoying many of my different playthroughs. And you were the first tipper of the day, so thank you very much. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. All right. So someone named Black Pleather Jacket tipped me $1 and says, if I donated the mini Sega, would you ship it to me after you finished using it to make money? No need to have it just sitting in your bedroom collecting dust like the PSVR. That way I can still play it long after you're done with it. No. If you buy something for me to donate for a supply for a stream, I'm not going to then later on mail it out. Just think about how stupid that sounds. Okay, use it to cover it launch week, then ship it to me at exorbitant cost so that I can play it too. How about this? If you actually are interested in helping, please help. If not, don't send me stupid fucking requests like this on stream that are completely asinine and stupid. Because the bottom line is you're just being a troll idiot, and none of us are fooled by your dumb shit, okay? You weren't going to actually get anything to begin with. And if you want a Genesis Mini, you can buy one for yourself. This guy's just being an asshole. The truth of the matter is that the PSVR was an exception to most of the stuff that I do around here. The PSVR was a piece of hardware and an experiment in gaming that was released, what was it? I want to say it was like late 2016 or something like that, because it was the year right before Resident Evil 7 released, so I think it was late 2016. And I got a lot of use out of my PSVR. You know, I played the hell out of the PSVR. Geez, I'm actually trying to think about it. How many times? You know, a lot. There was a lot of content that I did with the PSVR those first few months, right? A lot. And so all that being said, after that, I then had to become a full-time streamer, okay? And there was not much I could do about it at that point. When I became a full-time streamer, I completely changed up my way that I made content, all right? And instead of it being, oh, you know, it feels like an offline process where I just record a video and I upload to YouTube and you can watch live if you want, but I'm not going to interact with you. It became, oh, here's a situation where now I talk with you guys constantly. I read your messages. I interact with what you're saying to me. You can't do that with a VR headset on your head, all right? And the bottom line is the PSVR was a very interesting thing to cover at launch, and then increasingly less interesting after launch. The games that came out for it were lackluster, not very interesting. The few that people said were good were not killer app system sellers that you absolutely were must-plays. They just weren't. Essentially, everything I predicted about virtual reality came true. Initially, it was a gimmick that everyone wanted to see, all right? Everyone wanted to see PlayStation VR, all right? Everyone was so dying to see PlayStation VR happen, including Oculus Rift as well, HTC Vive. Everyone wanted to see VR become a mainstream thing in gaming. All the gaming outlets of journalism and everything covered it and said, oh, it's so amazing. VR is the next generation of everything. It's going to change the way that everything happens, all right? And it was complete and utter bullshit. What happened was it was a gimmick, a flash-in-the-pan gimmick. For about a year, people played it, and then after that, no one cared about it. Most game developers aren't making VR games anymore. They tried, the games didn't sell, and they don't care about these games anymore, okay? Essentially, it's a flash-in-the-pan failed experiment, which everyone kind of knew it was going to be, who was intelligent and had seen these fads before. That's the case with PSVR, all right? The Genesis Mini has several Genesis games on it that I'll be covering at launch. Now, if people actually eventually want to see a full playthrough of those games, great. I would be very willing to use the Genesis Mini to do full playthroughs of said games during an appropriate time frame, okay? I'm not just going to throw out the Genesis Mini or whatever, and for you to say, oh, well, you're just never going to use it again like the PSVR. That's just fucking stupid ignorance. The reason I didn't do the PSVR again is because, number one, there were no good games for it, and number two, I couldn't do interactive streams doing it. So there's two very good valid reasons for me to never go back to the PSVR. The Genesis Mini is more dependent on my viewing audience. If they want to see me do a full retro playthrough of one of the games on the Mini, I'd be more than happy to do it. Okay? And by the way, that doesn't screw with my business model at all. Okay? Fair enough? All right. So there you go. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else I want to cover before we begin? Probably not. Okay, probably not. All right, everybody. So, that is it for today's pre-stream. Thank you very much for your contributions so far. Thanks, everyone, for being supportive. Again, the best way to help me today would be to tip me or to get something off the Amazon wish list. If you're going to get something off the wish list, please let me know. So that way I either know to remove it or so that you can send me the digital code for whatever it is you're getting. Thanks for your support. Let's jump into a nice, fun, interactive stream of Final Fantasy IX, shall we? All right. Let's end the pre-stream. And let's begin. Here we go.